It's official. Darmian has now, better late than never, moved from Manchester United to Parma, which means he's back in the comfort blanket of Italian football for £1.2 million, which is a snip. And people will complain, oh, why are we not getting a higher price for him? Well, he wants to go. He deserves to go. He's been very professional. You know, for me, he is one of the worst players ever to grace the Man United shirt. I think he was absolutely shocking. Van Gaal bought some of the worst players ever to grace and don the Man United shirt in his second season. He got roasted by Sanchez at the Emirates, and he never recovered after that. And last season, he tweeted his Champions League time a day after the Champions League group stage game. He got that wrong. I don't know why he did that, but that shows how eager he was to play for Manchester United. And he did play, obviously, against Crystal Palace at Old Trafford, where we drew 0-0. So, he goes. I've never been a fan of his. I think he's bang average, and he goes back to where he wants to go. His family will be happy. Maybe they weren't settled in England, but now they're back there, and now he can enjoy his career, and we can move on from how poor he was as a player at United. In other news, at the weekend we drew with Southampton at the weekend, and I couldn't believe the utter nonsense that I heard straight after the game about Daniel James. Okay, he has scored 3 goals for Manchester United. He has done more in a Man United shirt than Jesse Lingard's done this year. And at least Daniel James doesn't have the same bloody stats as Adam bloody Johnson. At least he doesn't have that. But this is what top rates are trying to do, you see. Yeah, let's try doing it. You're trying to camouflage how bad Lingard is by criticising Daniel James. Only because he bought you a drink outside Old Trafford after the Crystal Palace game. Only because he appears in a fucking advert with you. Coca-Cola advert. And that's what Jesse Lingard's bothered about. The other day, I watched an advert, and he was advertising for Shaw. What the hell is he doing? You're supposed to be focusing on your bloody football, not focusing on doing a bloody advert. You know what I mean? You're not one of these bloody actors that you see on these, insurance companies in the afternoon. You know what I mean? Just get a grip of yourself. He's been absolutely dreadful, and Top Red need to call him out. But if they don't call him out, it allows me to take that baton, because he deserves to be called out. Daniel James is a fantastic player. Most players, when they come to Manchester United, they buckle under the pressure. They can't handle it. The club's too big for them. But Daniel James has taken to it like a duck to water. So those people having a go at him, you know nothing about football. Lack of knowledge about football, and a lack of knowledge about the game of football. He's been brilliant. And in the olden days, right, if you had a young player start like that for Man United, you'd go, wow, fantastic. I bet you weren't saying that when Depay, got a hat-trick against Club Brugge in our Champions League qualifier. I bet you weren't saying that then. So it's the hypocrisy, it's the hate on Daniel James, but you should look closer to home at your bestie mate, Jesse Lingard, and have it out with him, because he's the one who's been poor. Daniel James has been a star, the only player in that team that deserves a lot of credit for the start of the season, because the rest of them couldn't give a jack in hell's ass. They couldn't give a damn. They can't give a damn what's going on that pitch. So give Daniel James a little bit of credit, yeah? Instead of your bloody agendas. Ridiculous. You always judge players what they do on the football pitch. He's delivered. So cut him some slack. Christ's sake. That's what we have to put up with, you see. These top reds. Rimming their favourites. Never criticise them. Absolute joke. And you wonder why I get angry. And you wonder why we get mocked as a fan base. They don't speak for me. They never have and they never will. I want to make that clear to you. They speak for themselves. So there you go. That's my anger brought out, because they really do annoy me. And the Southampton draw was poor, really poor. Vestergaard had a free header on Victor Lindelof, and you got top reds on Twitter and YouTube not saying anything about that. Oh, do you know why you're not saying anything about that? Oh yeah, because his name's not Chris Smalling, his name's not Phil Jones. You're running out of scapegoats at an alarming rate. You got somebody, right, doing a fucking stats about Ashley Young not providing any bloody crosses, when you could see in the game he actually did something in the game. Making stuff up to suit your bloody agenda. And it's funny, isn't it, how certain people accuse Graham Souness of being racial, and yet the same person who did that wears a white t-shirt with Ashley and a black man's face on the middle of it, and nobody says anything. Hypocrisy of the highest order.